Norm Duke, who's playing just kind of a standard line out here, is got an ideal form. Let's take a look at it. He's playing right about the left side of the lane, sliding in this area. He'll be going right around the fourth arrow, trying to make a pretty parallel line in between this angle right there.
Came up high, leaving the 3, 6, 10.
A tough spare here in this particular bowling center. We talked about the track area in the bowling center, and he's crossing across the track, and he needs to get the ball just to the right of the 3-pin. You need no hook on this shot.
Norm Duke, who led all 3 rounds of match play with a record of 12, 11, and 1.
Oh, the big strike ball. Mike Miller has been around the pocket almost every frame except the second frame, where he went real light and crossed over again in the 5th. Needs some strikes.
4, 8.
The difficulty with the big power ball that covers so many boards is when you get in trouble, there's hardly any adjustments you can make. Mike is struggling out there right now, has a difficult 4-8 spare.
You know, Bo, a ladies tournament that gave the women real credibility began out in the desert, the Nabisco Dinah Shore. Another renewal, and we'll see 3rd round play immediately following our telecast from Toledo. Amy Alcott having a very hot putter out there. Roger Twibell and all the crew will tell you about it live after this. All right, Power Man striking the 7th frame because it is getting late.
Boy, he's really lost too, Chris. He's been light on the right-hand lane and crossed over on the left-hand lanes the last 2 shots, and he's going to have to pull up all reserves to catch this man in the championship.
There you see Micah Duke, Norm's brother, and Norm is leading in the averages to 18.9.
And as Duke takes a commanding lead into the 8th frame, could extend to 34. Strike working. The full approach, 17 feet, 6-step delivery.
There's a 4-pin. Norm, who won last week. If he can go and win here, we'll take the money lead. If that happens, he will have a total of 93,000.
3rd back-to-back winner we would have. David Ozio winning the first 2 of 91. Pete Weber winning 2 in a row in the middle of the season.
Remember, Mike Miller has a strike up in the 7th. He'll be shooting in the 8th frame. He can cut the lead to 14 with a strike here.
Real important shot. First place, this is the lane that Miller will have to finish on in the 10th frame. He'll have to strike in the 10th to win the championship. And he's also trailing by 24, but can cut that lead down to 14.
With emphasis, punctuation mark. Jody Ann, the bride.
Take a quick moment while Miller sets himself on the approach, Chris, to wish a happy Easter to my mother, who's recovering St. Mary's Hospital in St. Louis. See you tomorrow, Mom.
I'll tell you, we, all of us, ABC, this beautiful woman, mother of 4, took good care of Nelson Sr. for all these years. We got to get her out of the hospital and back home.
That's for sure.
Look at that.
What a terrific break at such an opportune time. Mike Miller takes a 2-8-10 split and converts it into a strike in a must situation. Watch the pins remaining after the head pin disappears. There they are, the 2-8 and 10. The head pin goes behind the 4, trips the 4 into the 2-8. The match is on. 9th frame for Duke. Norm Duke around the pocket every shot except for the 5th and 6th frames. Had a strike, a 10-pin, a double, then a 2-5 and a 3-6-10 strike, 4-pin, 10-pin. Has a possible 2-14 game. No matter what Duke does, Miller will have a chance to win in the 10th. Well, Miller has proven that he can strike in the clutch. As in the semifinal game, he came up and struck in the 9th, 10th, twice in the 10th to put away Marty Letcher. He will have to strike, unless Duke opens, will have to strike to win the national championship. Pretty cool, huh, partner?
So cool.
For Norm Duke, he can finish with 2-14. He can make the lead 13 pins with another strike here in the 10th. That would force Miller to strike twice. Right now, he's forced Miller to strike at least once.
Norm Duke, who prior to last week in Cleveland hadn't won since 1983. And he wins his 2nd title in Parma Heights, the Bud Light Open, and now here he is going against Mike Miller, who was hoping for his first and a big win.
Well, he's finished like a true champion, and a way to finish the national championship. He has forced Mike Miller to throw 2 strikes for the title. The graphic tells the story. 1 strike, the 4 pins is automatic. Mike Miller, his first championship, a 3-year exemption to the Firestone Tournament of Champions, all on this ball. Chris, he's just going to throw it down the middle. No Ballard ball in this shot. We have a new national champion.
And now he joins Dave Sutar, Bob Strampy, Warren Nelson, Mike Albee, Bob Chamberlain, and Tom Kreitz, winning their first PBA title at the PBA National Championship. Bride and groom, $35,000 richer here in the 11th PBA National at Imperial Lane. Okay, 218 to 214. Excitement all day here at the Imperial Lanes, and especially the final match. Mike Miller winning at 218 to 214, 35,000. Norm Duke, last week's winner, with 18,000, so on. Jody Ann and her bridegroom, Mike Miller, getting the trophy from Mike Duquette and the $35,000 check from Daryl Duquette and a PBA national jacket to go with it. See you next week from Peoria.